Hello students. Today we will be going over 2.1b, solving one-step equations with add and subtract. This is on page 3 in your blue packet, and your objective should be there at the top. I can solve one-step equations using the additive inverse. In other words, we're going to use the opposites of the numbers. So number 1, we have x plus 3 equals negative 7. So to get the variable by itself, we look around and we see, oh, what's next to it? Plus 3. So we're going to go to minus 3. Now we're also going to put a barrier here between the wall. Whatever we do on one side of the wall, we have to do on the other. Now, plus 3 and minus 3 goes to 0. So say goodbye to them. Now, we don't like minus signs, so I'm going to make that plus a negative. Now we ask ourselves, is that a battle or a party? Both the negatives, so we're going to party, which means you add the numbers. 7 plus 3 is 10, and then you have to keep the same sign because they're all partying in negative land. So that equals x equals negative 10. To check, what we want to do is put in negative 10 for x and say, does negative 10 plus 3 equal negative 7? Well, over here, that would be a battle. So we have to subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7. And we carry the sign of more men. And we have this one has more men or women or whatever. So we know that, yes, it's checked and it's good. Next, we're going to go on to number 2, where we have the variable here, and we're going to add 9 because we want to do the opposite. Again, we put a line between them, and then whatever we do on this side of the equation, we have to do on this side, because it's all about being fair. Now, since this is opposites, we say goodbye to that. X equals. Now we look over there, negative 29 plus 9. Is that a battle or a party? Correct. It's a battle because we have opposite signs. So we say 29 minus 9 is 20. And who won the war? The negatives did. Now to check that, we're going to say negative 20. We're just replacing the x with our value here, minus 9. Does that equal negative 29? And it does. So you checked it. Like that. Now, over here on number 7, it's got the number on this side and the variable on the other side. Now, that bothers me, so I like to do a flip-flop. And it's okay to move all of this, keeping the signs the same to this side, and moving this to the other side and keeping it like that. Okay? Now, I like the variable on the left side for many reasons. So, get in that good habit. Then I do the opposite of plus 6. Oh, I got to build my line there. Whatever I do on this side, I have to do on this side. So make sure these are opposite. That goes away. So n equals. And I'm going to change that from a minus 6 to plus a negative 6. Then I have to ask myself, is that a battle or a party? It's a party because we're all negative. So we add everything together. We get 30. And we carry the same sign because we're all partying together in Negativeville. There you go. Now when we go to check it, we want to go back to the original and we say, does negative 24 equal negative 30 plus 6? And the answer is yes. So we can give that check mark. Okay. Now we're going to go on to page 4, and we have problems here where we have k there, and we have some decimals. Don't let that scare you. Wherever the equal sign is, we can put the line down. Wherever the variable is, we want to get rid of here. This is positive, so we want to subtract it. So again, whatever's next to the variable, we subtract it, make sure it goes away, and then the variable's by itself. Now 5.4 minus 4.7 Make sure you put the 0 in there. And we could go plus a negative, but I'm just going to subtract it outright like you learned how to do in first grade. So K is 0.7. I'm not going to worry about checking it because we're short on time here. Now this one down here, here's the variable, so I'm going to go minus 3/5 and minus 3/5. Now hopefully you remember how to subtract fractions. And again, I forgot to put my line down. So then I say x equals negative 4/5, and I'm going to change this minus sign to plus a negative 3/5. So is that a battle or a party? Remember how to add fractions when you have the bottom numbers the same or the denominator. We say it's a party, so we go 4 plus 3 is 7/5. And you keep the same sign because it's a party. Okay, so then we take negative 7/5, and it actually equals 5 goes into 7, negative 1 2/5. And there's your answer there. Okay, hard to see that a little bit, but move it over there and you can see that better. There you go. All right. Now we're going to go on to the next page. Well, we're still on page 4, but I want to do a couple of word and story problems at the bottom of that page. You have to write an equation and solve. Okay. So number 2, 39 less than a number is 67, negative 67. Find the number. Now, normally when you have less than, you know it's minus, okay? So less than, you also have to think switch. So write that right on your paper. So if it's just less, that's one thing. But if it's less than, you have to switch. So whatever number it is, we're going to put x because that's your variable. So we have to switch these. So we go x minus 39 equals negative 67. So there is our equation. Then we have to solve. Our first step is plus 39. And we put this line down, plus 39. Oh, that's terrible, 39. Plus 39. And so this goes away because it goes to 0. We get x equals. Now, is that a battle or a party? Okay, it's a battle, and the 67 wins. So we have to subtract. 7 minus 9 is 8. And then we have to borrow that one. 5 minus 3 is 2, and the negatives win. So x equals negative 28. Okay. So then if we want to check, we put it back in. 39 less than a number. So it's less than, so negative 28 less than a number is 67. Negative 67. And that checks. Okay. All right, the next one, 23. After paying $2 for a salad, Alberto has $13. How much money did he start with? So he had some amount of money. He paid $2 for a salad, and now he has $13. Okay, there's our equation. We put a line right down the equal sign. Add 2 here, add 2 there, and x equals 15. So we write out Alberto has had $15. And again, this is just an awkward position. Had $15. So when it's a story problem, then you make sure you put it in the right units, okay? Number 26, a recipe for cookies calls for 5 cups of sugar. Mike has already put in 3 cups. How many cups does he need to still put in? Okay. So he has a certain amount of sugar he still needs. He's already put in 3 cups. and we need to get a total of 5 cups. So there's our equation. And so we put our line down the equal sign. Whatever we do on one side of the equation, we do on the other. Okay, so then we say, we can write out Mike needs 2 more cups of sugar. And we're done. Okay, you may need to do some in the white packet, but you can get this, students. You rock.